Here are 10 common mistakes that can age your face. I'm almost 47 and I've worked on several clients in my 2 decades of working in the makeup industry. And I didn't want to make my left side too obvious because I didn't want anybody to think that I did it on purpose. So I still wanted to keep it presentable, but I wanted to show you what a big difference it makes with subtle changes and make you look at least 10 years younger. On my right side, I'm going to show you how to fix the common mistakes that we make on the left side. The first mistake is not prepping your skin. I'm going to prep my skin only on the right side, and I use 3 things to prep my skin. I start with a moisturizer. This is the Hydro Boost Water Gel, followed by a lip treatment for which I'm going to be using the sleeping mask. And over this well-hydrated skin, I'm going to be using a primer for which I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. Before applying any makeup, it's crucial to prep your skin properly. Skipping the step can make foundation cling to dry patches, settle in fine lines, or fade unevenly throughout the day. That's why the simple step of hydrating your skin and lips and then using a primer creates a smooth canvas for makeup. If you have dry skin, opt for a richer moisturizer, and if you have oily skin, go for a lightweight gel-based formula. Prepping your skin ensures your makeup looks fresh and youthful rather than dull and cakey. The second reason why your makeup can age you is by using overly matte foundation. And I'm going to demonstrate on my left side. I'm just applying with a foundation brush. Overly matte foundations may seem like a great way to control shine, but a heavy matte formula can settle into fine lines and make the skin appear dry and flat, especially as we age. This can actually accentuate texture rather than blurring it. Instead, opt for a lightweight, hydrating foundation that provides a natural, radiant finish. And one of my favorites is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. And no matter what skin type you have, this is going to look fantastic. And it has a buildable medium to high coverage. While choosing foundations, look for words like luminous, dewy, hydrating, or natural. If you prefer some oil control, you can lightly set it with powder in targeted areas rather than mattifying the entire face. And as an alternative, you can also use a mattifying primer instead. As you can tell, my right side looks much more hydrated and youthful as compared to my left side, which looks very matte. Third reason why your makeup might be aging you is because you might be using very thick, heavy concealer. A thick, full coverage concealer like the one that I'm applying here may seem like the best way to hide dark circles and blemishes, which I have, but it can actually do quite the opposite. It'll settle in the fine lines, looking cakey, and make the under eye appear crepey. And it can do the same in areas where you have patches. It may appear drier after applying a thick concealer. Instead, choose something that gives you the coverage but is also lightweight and hydrating, and apply sparingly. One of my current favorites is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer, and I'm using the shade 4N. A fabulous dupe for this for everyday wear is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. It gives you a little bit less coverage than this one, but it still works perfect. All you need is very little and it goes a long way. I like to apply it in the inner and outer corners where my dark circles are darkest, a little bit in the center, and a little bit around the mouth, because that's where I have the hyperpigmentation. And when I use concealer to even out the base on my lid, I just use the residue that's left on the brush. That way I apply a very thin layer. On the left side, where I use the thicker concealer, it's definitely covered up everything, but as you can see, it's already settling in the fine lines and creasing. The fourth reason why your makeup might be aging you is because you might be applying too much powder. Powder is great for setting makeup and controlling shine, but applying too much, especially under the eyes or all over the face, can make the skin extremely dry and emphasize fine lines and texture. Instead of heavily baking or layering powder, focus on the T-zone where the shine is most common. Use a finely milled powder like this one from one size and apply with a fluffy brush to maintain a soft, natural finish. This way, you get the benefits of powder without looking overly matte or cakey. Reason number 5 why the makeup can be aging you is because you're overly contouring your face. Harsh contouring with heavy, cool-toned bronzers can create shadows that make the face appear hollow or aged. Instead of sharp contour lines, try a soft bronzing technique. I'm using a darker matte pressed powder from Makeup Forever. A warm bronzer applied lightly to bring back warmth into your face, like applying to the forehead, cheekbones, and jawline, adds warmth and a youthful glow without making the face look too structured or too harsh. Another trend that might be aging you is neglecting blush. Skipping blush can leave the face looking flat, dull, and washed out. A touch of blush adds warmth and a healthy, youthful flush to the skin. Instead of applying overly bright shades, go for a peachy, rosy, or mauve-toned blush that blends seamlessly into your skin. And applying blush slightly higher up on your cheeks can also give you a lifted effect. Reason number 7 your makeup can be aging you is because you're making your eyebrows look very harsh. Eyebrows frame the face, and an outdated or harsh brow shape can add years to your look. Overly thin, super dark, or blocky brows can look unnatural and harden the features. They can also weigh down on your lids, especially if you have hooded eyes. Instead, I like to use soft brow pencils, and this one is from Koki Cosmetics because doing it this way adds a soft feathered brow look. Use a light hand with either a brow pencil or a powder to create natural hair-like strokes. A light tinted brow gel can also add dimension and hold without making the brows look too harsh, and a well-shaped lifted brow can make the face look youthful and fresh. Point number 8 might come as a surprise. Another reason makeup can be aging you is because you're using frosty and overly white metallic eyeshadows. Chunky glitter or overly frosty eyeshadows can settle into fine lines on the lids, emphasizing texture rather than smoothing it out. Ideally, matte shadows work great. They look classy and go with any eye shape. Matte shades in especially warm tones can brighten the eyes and create a smoother and more youthful look. If you love shimmer, opt for soft satin finishes, finely milled shimmers that give a glow without looking heavy. Trend number 9 that can be aging you with makeup is using very heavy eyeliner. Lining the lash line with thick black eyeliner can drag the eyes down, making them look smaller and emphasizing dark circles. Instead of opting for super thick liner, go for something that's delicate, closer to your lashes, with a light lifted edge by giving a flick. Another great trick is to tightline just the upper waterline, and in the lower lash line, instead of using a black liner, opt for something that's nude and apply it to the outer half of your lower lash line to make your eyes appear brighter. Bonus, applying mascara also opens up your eyes, giving a very youthful appearance. Last but not least, reason number 10 why your makeup might be aging you is because you're overlining your lip way too much. Overlining your lips too much, especially with a lip liner that's too dark compared to your lipstick, can make the lips look unnatural and harsh. If you have thinner lips and you absolutely want to overline, just overline the topmost and the bottommost point of your upper and lower lips and join it to your natural lip line, and fill in your lips with lipstick or lip gloss that's a close match to the lip liner. If you love definition, a slightly darker lip liner can work, but blending is key to avoid stark contrast. And those, my friends, are 10 makeup trends that can secretly age you and what you can do instead. Let me know in comments if you made any of these mistakes before, or if you have a go-to trick to keep your makeup looking fresh and youthful, because I have made a few of these mistakes in the past. And of course, as always, if you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.